In answer to the question, what's the accommodation like? Brilliant. In every level, monetary wise, you'll find what you're looking for. Even the budget hotels are extremely high quality with air conditioning. They're cleaned every day, fresh sheets, towels. You won't be disappointed. And you can get a good hotel here. If you're looking for a budget hotel that's air conditioned, you can get a pretty good place for anywhere between 800 and 1200 baht. It's basic, but it'll be clean and comfortable if you're on a bit of a tight budget. Okay, right. Another one of the biggest questions that gets asked here for people who have never been to Thailand is, what should I pack for a trip to Thailand? And my notes, I put lightweight clothing suitable for a tropical climate, comfortable footwear, sunscreen, insect repellent, and any necessary medications if planning visiting temples. Pack modest attire, blah blah blah. So let's get into that a little bit more. Right, something you need to know first of all: some suntan lotions here in Thailand are banned because they affect the coral. Damaging the coral, rather, I should say. But there are, they do have Boots here, they do have Watsons here. People speak English in those outlets, and you can, not so much the smaller pharmacies. If you're looking for a sunscreen that is legal, that you can use here, then I would really recommend going into one of the major chains like Boots or Watson and just asking the staff there which sunscreen, sunblock can I use in Thailand legally, and I won't have any bother. And that way they'll give you the correct one. If you bring one from home, be very, very careful. You believe it or not, you could actually get arrested for using the wrong sunscreen. What else should you bring with you? As far as medication goes, most things you can buy over the counter here. I'm on 4 prescription drugs. I have a statin to bring my cholesterol down. I can buy that over the counter. A reflux, I get acid. I've been on that for 25 years. So various bits and pieces, nothing too serious, but you don't need to go and see a doctor. You don't need a prescription. So if you come from your own country and you forget your medication, you can buy that over the counter, any pharmacy. There's a few things that you can only get from hospital, but if you did forget something, then you could go to a local hospital and just tell the doctor and they would prescribe it for you. So, you don't need to worry about that. As far as clothing goes, it's a very, very hot country. Obviously, light clothing is in the order of the day. You might want to go out to a very nice formal dinner in a posh hotel, like an upmarket hotel once while you're here to celebrate something. In that case, I would just suggest for the guys, pack 1 pair of long trousers, a nice short sleeve shirt, and for the ladies, maybe 1 dress that you'd wear out in the evening. Other than that, it's all casual. It's shorts, t-shirts. For the ladies, same sort of thing. Very loose-fitting clothes and very thin. The only other thing you need to respect is if you visit temples, you need to dress very respectfully. Okay, ladies, that means you need your knees covered, shoulders covered. Guys, you can't go into a temple wearing a flip-flops and a Singer vest. It's just not done. People will try and sell you overpriced clothes outside the temple, so just pack some decent gear before you come out here. Okay, right, we're getting through the list now. What are the must-visit attractions in Thailand? Well, to be honest with you, there are so many in Thailand. I've listed a few out here. Popular destinations include the Grand Palace. That is a must-see, especially at night. It's lit up beautiful. You can't go in at night, but it's worth a visit just to see the outside of it. Chiang Mai's temples, Phuket's beaches, Ayutthaya's ancient ruins, the first capital of Thailand, Ayutthaya, and the stunning islands of Koh Samui, Koh Phi Phi. But actually, there's so much to do here. And if it's your first time here and you think, oh, I don't know Thailand, where am I going to go? Every hotel has a kind of tour section where if you go up to reception, you say, look, we want to do some tours, we want to go somewhere nice. The receptions can point you in the right direction. You can hire for a very low price. You can hire a minibus and a driver for the day to take your family to maybe 2 locations. You can go down to the Mekong Railway. That's a railway that's been there for a long, long time. The train comes through and all the stalls go back. That is a must-see. I've been down there. It's I think it's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours drive from Bangkok. There's some great markets, floating markets. There's so much, actually. There's too much for me to get in depth, but that's something when you get here you can inquire. And again, there's a lot of things on Google. I wouldn't go so much. You see taxi vans on the street here, and they have big posters on the side of the vans. They just park there and they've got pictures of everything where they'll take you. Those guys can kind of be a little bit expensive and charge prices that are kind of over the top. I wouldn't really deal with them. I would deal through the hotel, which is very, very reasonable. Is it easy to get a SIM card and a mobile internet in Thailand? It's extremely easy to get online. The good thing about Thailand is every hotel, every bar, every restaurant, the internet speed here is surprisingly fast, much, much faster than I used to have in the UK in my home, because we still had copper wires coming down my estate. every bar you go into, you can set your, if you go somewhere regular, a restaurant or a bar, you just set your internet to remember to automatically log back on when, if you go back into that restaurant. They put their username and password on ashtrays or things that are on the table. So as far as getting online just to do a bit of surfing, you can hook on everybody's internet here. But if you need your own SIM card, excuse me, if you need your own SIM card, you can get them from 7-Eleven, you can get them at the airport. They do packages, daily, weekly, monthly, unlimited, limited. There's so much to choose from, but you cannot go anonymous. You must register SIM cards now. The Thai government are trying to crack down on crime. They want to know who's coming into the country, who's registering these SIM cards. So you will have to show your passport, perhaps have a picture taken at the airport like I did, and then you can get a temporary SIM card. If you're not doing anything wrong here, there's nothing to worry about. Can I drink the tap water? No. When you come here, don't drink tap water. It's unsafe. It's not clean enough for drinking. You can brush your teeth in it. You can shower in it, obviously. You can't be expected to shower in mineral water. You shower, you brush your teeth, you use the water from the tap for everything. It's clean, it comes out clean. But as far as ingesting it and drinking a large amount, I wouldn't risk it. I've accidentally drank on several times a cup of tap water. I've come here from the UK on vacation on my first day, and I've woke up, I'm not quite with it, I've brushed my teeth, I fill a glass of water without even thinking, I've drank it, I put the glass down and thought, oh no, I've just drank untreated water, thinking I was going to have the runs for the next week, and nothing happened. I was lucky, but that was just luck. So generally speaking, mineral water is sold everywhere. It's dirt cheap. You can get it for as little as 5 baht for a bottle, a reasonable sized bottle. A big bottle is like 20 baht. Again, you can work that out in your own country. How do I stay safe from scams in Thailand? Be cautious of over-friendly strangers offering unsolicited help, gem scans and overpriced tours. Always verify prices and stick to reputable businesses, which is what I touched on the point with the tours there. Yeah, if you get somebody come up to you and they're extra friendly, the Thai people are very, very friendly. It's called the land of smiles for a reason. You smile at a Thai, it's very, very unusual for a Thai not to smile back at you, okay? Very, very friendly people. They'll go out of their way to help you. But unfortunately, like every country in the world, there are unscrupulous Thais here who are out to scam, and foreigners can sometimes be seen as easy targets. And they use little lines just to engage you in conversation. I remember years ago, I was down on Carlson Road with a friend, and I had a what we call in the UK a rucksack. I think it's called a knapsack in the US, a bag on my back, and I had some trainers, and I could see a guy in the corner I wasn't looking, I was going this way, but I could see him over there with a woman. They were kind of scanning the area. They seen me with the bag on and thought, oh, here comes a tourist. And the guy casually walked up just as if he was kind of crossing my path. And he said, as an excuse to speak to him, he said, oh, I love your trainers. Where did you get your running shoes from? And I kind of ignored him and walked on. So if something looks too good to be true, I know it's a cliche, but it normally is. I don't normally buy something, I don't normally go with people who tell me about such a great deal. If I want to instigate a sale or something that's interesting, I'll do that myself. I won't listen to people. So when you're here, if somebody comes up to you and they offer you something, they offer to take you on a tour, no, you don't want to do it. If you want to go on a tour, go and see the hotel, organise it with them. Right, we'll come right up to the last point. What is Thai street food like, and how safe is to eat? My notes: Thai food is delicious, affordable and diverse. Look for busy vendors with high turnover to ensure freshness. Avoid stalls with food sitting out for a long time, which is common sense, I practice this myself, not only with food stalls, but with any restaurant I go to. If I'm out and I fancy something to eat from a restaurant and I see an empty restaurant and the staff are sitting there and there's one guy outside with a menu trying to entice you in, I won't go near it, because what it means is a hot country. If they've got meat in the back, it's probably sitting there. You don't know if it's refrigerated. If there's a lot of people, there's a high turnover, then everything's going to be fresh, or as fresh as you hope for. On the subject of food carts, a lot of people, it's a great cheap way to eat, and if they have a high turnover, like generally anywhere around Sukhumvit, Ceylon, those sort of areas where the Thais are eating, they do have a high turnover. The food is fairly clean. But again, if you're coming from Europe or America, Australia, somewhere like that, and our stomachs are kind of they're not as used to this kind of food like the Thais are. My stomach is actually toughened up now. I can generally eat anywhere. I eat street food occasionally because it's cheap and it's convenient. It takes 2 minutes to meet. You'll be hungry, you see it there. I'll have some noodles with pork and it's 2 minutes and 50 baht and you're done. I generally don't get the runs or anything now. But if you're coming over, as I say, on vacation and you're not used to it, I would say it would be nice to try some street food, but just be very, very cautious. As my notes said, if the food's been sitting there for a long time or you don't see people lining up to get the food, give it a wide berth, give it a miss. If there's plenty of Thais around there, and they normally have these metal tables around and people are sitting there eating, and yeah, give it a go. It's a good experience. It's what's coming to Thailand. Coming to Thailand, it's what it's all about. I mean, if you're going to play so safe, then why leave your front door in the morning back in the UK or wherever you come from? You might get run over by a car, right? What's the point? You're coming here for an adventure. It's a great country. Take it for what it is. Enjoy it, and you have to take a little bit of risk just to have that fun. Okay, right. That's it from me today. I hope these points have helped out. They're as I said at the beginning, the most asked questions on the internet for people coming out here for the first time. Now, if I've missed something out or you want to know something about coming to Thailand, something you're not sure about, as long as it's not war and peace, if you want to ask a question in the description below, leave it in the comments.